Hello everyone, this is Lauren from Bold Notion Quilting, and I wanted to go ahead and lay out that star design in our Quilt Along 4 video. I know it was a little confusing for some people how to get the star layout made. I am going to go ahead and use, these are some design rulers. They're 1/8 of an inch long. They cannot be used while I'm quilting, but I can use them to design what I'm making. So I could actually pull these out. They're nested rulers and make different sizes of these stars essentially if I wanted to. If you have any kind of diamond ruler, that will work well for you. This is just one of my quilting cutting rulers. Those will work okay for you. You're also going to want some kind of inch ruler. It could just be a regular inch ruler or a cutting ruler. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. So essentially what I did was I just drew 2 diamonds and an X. So I get my first diamond down and I'm kind of just gauging top to bottom, side to side, spatially where it's going to generally be. I didn't do anything crazy specific to try to get it into a certain area. And then, so once I had my first one, I just went ahead and shifted that. And essentially what you want to do is align this point with the tip of this arrow and this point with the tip of this arrow, and gauge these points with the tips of the diamond here, and just kind of gauge whether or not it's about even apart. So if this space from here is about the same from this space here, you could use a ruler or something to measure that if you wanted to. I'm just going to guess like I normally do. So putting in the second one, this X is what creates the hexagon shape in the middle that I talk about in the video, where it kind of starts our skeleton for our star. This is our star skeleton, this is our base. It's an X of diamonds. Then you just follow the same thing 2 more times. I'm aligning these corners with these intersecting points, and I'm aligning these points, top and bottom, with these intersecting points of my diamond as well. And I'm just going to go through and I'm going to do the tips to make the small points of my star. You don't have to copy the whole thing around. It's going to give you a much different look. If you do, you're going to cut off some areas there. And I'm just going to turn it on its side. Kind of gauge where the middle is, right? I want to line up these points with these cross sections here and here. And then I want to gauge these points with these cross sections here and here. So you want to kind of find the middle as best you can. Then you want to go through and just do the small sections. So you're drawing around the tip of your diamond from the skeleton of your star to the tip. Then I took my ruler and I measured a specific size, which I can't remember what it was on the quilt now. It says in the video though, from the tip to the area, and I just put a dot. So for all my little ones, I probably did somewhere close to like 3/4 or an inch. And I make my dot somewhere near the middle if I'm going straight through, so that when I write my arrow, that point should line up with this point when I'm stitching. Okay, and then for my longer points that I incorporated from my skeleton when I first made my X, I actually had 2 registration marks. And again, I measured them to make sure that they were equal distance apart. And I just did it arrow style, so you'll see that it kind of goes and tapers off onto the edges as I'm quilting it. I don't want to block you at all while I'm drawing. But this gives you the general bare bones, and you can do with this what you will. If you notice, if you have a hexagon ruler, you could put a hexagon in the middle to start your star, draw your hexagon, and then draw your points off of each of them if you don't have a diamond ruler. But you could use those points with a triangle, or maybe see if the 45 angle on your ruler might be able to get you something. I'm not sure. Might give you a little fatter points, but you could do with that what you will. And then of course you don't have to fill it the same way I did. I think I went through and did a herringbone in these fatter areas where there was only 1 point, and then in these areas just outside my hexagon, right, I created a square, I believe. And I just went from intersecting point of my hexagon to intersecting point. So there is a lot of thread buildup right in those areas, but that's okay because I wanted that yellow thread that I used to really stand out. Oops, that's not straight, but you get the idea. And then you can kind of fill in these areas with whatever you want. I've even seen some people fill in some different parts of the arrows to give different looks. So do what you want with it, but that is the general basis for how to do the star design on the bunny quilt along panel. That's video number 4. It's bonus ruler work, and if you haven't joined our quilt along, you surely can. It's on my YouTube page, Bold Notion Quilting. You can get to that link through my Facebook page. You can also join the quilt along, the event, through my Instagram at Bold Notion Quilting. Take care, happy quilting, and God bless everyone. I hope this was helpful. Have a good day.